A NASA astronaut who recently spent more than 5 months living and working in space is joining us today. Zena Cardman served as commander of NASA's SpaceX Crew 11 mission aboard the International Space Station, where she conducted research and helped support scientific experiments in orbit. She's here with us today to talk about life on the space station and what the mission accomplished. Wow, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure to be here. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So we can just jump right on into it. You spent more than 5 months aboard the International Space Station. What was that experience like? What did you face day to day?
It was a dream come true for me. It's a
Wow.
total joy and an honor to live and work in space. It's something that I've trained for many years, and like any astronaut, we train so that we can fly. I love the mission of the International Space Station because it's so interdisciplinary, it's so collaborative. We had an international crew from all over the world, and the day to day is really different. 1 hour you may be doing maintenance or mechanical repairs, and the next hour you're working on a biomedical experiment. So it's really interesting.
That's amazing. One question we as a group here at the station really want to know is, did it smell different in space at the space station than it does on Earth?
Yeah, we're in a pretty closed environment while we're on board the International Space Station. And so a lot of what you may smell on the International Space Station are things you're familiar with here on Earth, living and working with other human beings. I can also tell you that the smell of space itself, like anytime we depressurized an airlock and brought equipment in from outside, you can actually smell what space itself smells like, which is
Wow.
to me, somewhere between burnt popcorn and toast. It's a really unique smell that I will never forget.
That is so interesting. Wow, I did not expect that answer. Burnt popcorn. Awesome. Your mission, SpaceX Crew 11, conducted important scientific research. What were some of the key experiments happening during your time in orbit?
Yeah, the International Space Station is an orbiting laboratory first and foremost. And so my crew, along with all of our Expedition 73 and 74 crewmates, conducted hundreds of hours of research. A lot of what we do in space is intended to benefit people here on Earth, actually. So, for example, some of the research we did is on our own bodies. I signed up for a big multidisciplinary project studying how space affects the human body. We as astronauts experience similar impacts as aging populations or immunocompromised populations here on Earth. And so I really hope that the research that we're doing in space is going to benefit people tangibly and very quickly here.
How does it make you feel to be a part of this really important research?
It's so humbling, I think, to be part of something like this. I think, like many of my colleagues, wanted to join NASA to be part of something bigger than any individual could do on their own, and I just feel so grateful every day.
Another question about, living on space. Very interesting. What's something about living in space that might surprise people here on Earth?
Oh gosh, it's really easy to lose things. That's something that I had to get used to. You can't just, put your pen down on a table and expect it to be there when you come back for it. So making sure that you've got things Velcroed down or bungeed down is really key, and something that is a continuing learning project for those of us who live there.
Awesome. Well, you became an astronaut in 2017, that's correct?
That's correct.
What first inspired you to pursue a career with NASA?
I was really lucky as an undergraduate in North Carolina, actually, that I got to do a lot of research off campus, and I started going farther and farther afield to places like the Arctic, Antarctica, offshore on research vessels. And I really grew to love the operational side and the teamwork side of the research about as much as the science itself. And around that same time, I started getting involved in NASA projects through the North Carolina Space Grant and got to know the NASA mission as a whole. And I really thought it would be an interesting and fulfilling way to apply my skill set. So when I applied, I was still in graduate school, and I feel very fortunate that I was selected in 2017.
Sounds like a dream come true, truly.
It really was.
Looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of space exploration?
We are really on the cusp of so many exciting things right now. We're actually getting ready to send a crew of astronauts around the moon for the first time since the Apollo era. And so it's just a thrilling time to be an astronaut and any space enthusiast in our country or in our world. We have people living and working in space for 25 continuous years on board the International Space Station. And so getting to be here for that transition period from this really incredible legacy of the International Space Station and then building on that and seeing how we can apply that to go back to the moon and back to the moon sustainably to stay for long durations is just really exciting.
That's so interesting. If people want to learn more about you and the future of space exploration, where can they go to find you and connect?
I'm on social media, certainly, like many astronauts. You can find me on Instagram, especially, and X. Yeah, please follow along. I love to interact.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
We'll be back right after this.